The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, Custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, over 25 podcast platforms. Check the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a wonderful lady who is a singer-songwriter from Chicago, Illinois, who's got a new album called Blood, and we'll also be playing one of her tunes in just a few minutes as well, too. And basically, she is described as a soulful pop singer and songwriter, passionate about healing the world and connecting listeners through truth and vulnerability, and she has a wide range of influences. And live, ladies and gentlemen, you'll be amazed by the very talented singer, songwriter, musician, ladies and gentlemen, live in Los Angeles. She's based, one-time Windy City resident, Allie Blake. Allie, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's great to have you on board as well, too. So you've been a singer-songwriter for quite some time. You grew up in Chicago, now you're in Los Angeles. You have a new album out called Blood, and we'll be playing one of your tunes in just a few minutes here. And you just passionate about healing the world, connecting your listeners through truth and vulnerability. And before we get into all that, tell us how you first got started.
Well, I have been singing since I was a little girl. I would say I probably started writing in middle school, and really, like, sort of making up songs, but not really writing them down necessarily until probably high school. And I've always been very passionate about animals and the environment, and it wasn't until I sat down with my brother, who sort of gave me a talking to, and suggested that I give music a little bit more of a shot in terms of seeing if I wanted to pursue it as a career, because I, like, always in the back of my head, I had always thought about it, but I don't know, I never prioritized it, I would say. And after that conversation, I moved to New York. I finished school there and started, taking music a little bit more seriously in terms of giving it more attention with my songwriting and recording my first EP there. And I've bounced around a lot. So I lived in Oakland, and then when I came here, LA has definitely focused me more on music. That's why I moved here.
That's amazing as well, too. And what was that one moment that precisely influenced you into say, this is what I'm going to do as a career? That precise moment.
Well, one of my visits to LA was actually when I was living in Oakland, and I worked on one of my first pop songs with my cousin-in-law, and I just had never worked with someone on a pop song like that before, and it lit me up. It was a gut feeling. I knew from that moment that I had to move here and really, really commit.
Mm-hmm. And of course, speaking of commitment as well, too, that, you say you've been in Chicago, been in Oakland, New York, and Atlanta. And what would you say your favorite city has been in terms of music?
In terms of music, well, I would say LA feels like home to me. It feels like, even more so in some ways than where I grew up. As far as the music goes, I love the music that comes out of LA, but I'm not really an absolute person per se. Mm-hmm. So, I also love a lot of music that comes out of Atlanta, and a lot of, hip-hop, rap, R&B, and I also love certain, old country folk music too. So I would say each place really has its own thing to offer, but as far as where I feel the most at home it's definitely LA.
It sounds like it as well too. And who are some of your favorite artists, singers, and musicians growing up? And especially focusing on country as well too, talking about some old country. It seems to have a big influence on you.
Yeah, when I was younger, I remember listening to a ton of Motown and a lot of music from the 60s and 70s. And then I also remember listening to a lot of Nat King Cole and Ella Fitzgerald and old jazz standards. Mm-hmm. And then as I got older, my brother sort of started to introduce me to, Bob Dylan and Grateful Dead and just a lot of other different kinds of sounds. And I also love pop music. I love Mariah Carey. I love Beyonce. I love Sia. And so honestly, anything that truly moves my soul, I connect to.
Mm-hmm. And if you were to pick one certain genre that you would play music, what would it be?
A certain genre that I would play?
Correct. Yes. Ideally.
It changes, to be honest. Mm-hmm. It changes. My next album, I know it's going to have a lot of different sounds from this current album. But I think the thread through all of it is soulfulness, and I definitely blues and jazz tends to sneak its way in usually with stuff that I make. But it's I know it's just kind of hard to say one specific genre, but right now I definitely am making a lot of pop music, and there are a lot of things weaved into it. Mm-hmm. And I really, really enjoy that. Mm-hmm. I love fusions of sounds.
That's amazing as well, too. And we'll get to witness that on your latest release, Blood. We'll talk about some of your songs, but first listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com. It's powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support at sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen to over 25 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also, follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today, and stay tuned to the Mike Wagner Show fan page on Facebook.com for the latest updates. We're here, a singer-songwriter from Chicago, Ali Blake, here on the Mike Wagner Show, now based in Los Angeles, talking about how she got started, her many musical influences, and her album out called Blood as well, too. And let's talk more about that album and how you got started and what influenced you into creating the album Blood.
The album Blood is, I call it a family concept album because it's inspired by my family, and each song really represents a relationship that I have either to a certain family member or my experience of my family. I'm the youngest of 4 kids. I'm the only girl. And it was definitely a chaotic household, and it was a really cathartic process to, to let these songs have life. And it's very personal and vulnerable for me, so I'm really grateful to be able to share it.
And what would you say a family life is like?
My family life? My family life was very male-dominated and very, I would say, wrought with emotion. Like, we're a very emotional bunch. And within that, there tended to be a lot of chaos and trauma in certain aspects. But also, those moments of joy, even though they may seem small at the time, when you look back at them, they're what get you through to the next moment or the next day. And so that's definitely interwoven, I would say, throughout the songs. But it goes through a range of emotion. And
of course, you also have some of your songs on there too, like Biggest Fan, Give Me Strength, Blood and Bones, Good Man. And Megan, just tell us about a few of those songs and what inspired you to write them. What are they about?
Well, Biggest Fan is the last song on the album, and that is about one of my brothers. He's my best friend, and he's my mentor, my teacher, my role model. And he is someone who's always unconditionally believed in me. And I dedicate that song to him and pretty much the album as well. And I just feel like we're each other's biggest fans. Like, we're never going to stop believing in each other. And it speaks to that, as well as, the universal feeling of anyone like that in your life. And Witness is about, it's about also like unconditional love and not giving up on someone, even when things seem impossible, and being able to help them be heard and seen. And it also speaks to the larger cause of, honestly, getting the children out of the U.S. detention centers currently in the the United States. And yeah, so those are some of the songs.
And of course, how about Give Me Strength, Blood and Bones, and Good Man as well, too?
Good Man is about my oldest brother and how, he's a man with a good heart and with simple desires that provide contentment for him, and how, like, he's always known since he was a little boy what he wanted, and so that's about him. And Give Me Strength speaks, I would say, more to my little girl inside of me, like my inner child, and I guess just this feeling of stepping into my womanhood. Like, that's another aspect of the album, of just, really praying and asking for mercy, really, or for the strength to get through, I guess, challenges where sometimes it might have been really hard for me to believe in myself, or feel like I wasn't heard within my family and then within the society at large. And then Blood and Bones is about how sometimes the things that break us are what end up making us much stronger in the end, and how, sometimes within society we have a very specific view thrown at us about what beauty looks like. And for me, true beauty means, like, being your raw self and speaking your truth, and the fact that we're all made of blood and bones, and we all have that at the very base, and that's how we, like, really need to love each other, is being able to strip all the other fluff away sometimes.
Right. And I think that's very important as well, too. You gave a really good perspective on all your music. We'll play one of them in just a minute. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, over 25 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here, singer-songwriter Ali Blake from Chicago here on the Mike Wagner Show, now based in Los Angeles. We talked about her album Blood and some of her material, and right now we're going to play Witness for you from Ali Blake right here on the Mike Wagner Show.
Screaming's getting louder. How can I take you away? Stuck. They got you pinned down. Fear breaks your solid ground. Stay when you wanna walk out. How can I keep you safe? But I won't give up. I won't let you down. I'll hold your heart. I won't be a witness. I'll walk in the fire. As it's
From the album Blood, that was Witness from Ali Blake here on the Mike Wagner Show. And where can we find your Blood album, by the way? That was fantastic.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You can find my music on Spotify, Amazon, Google Play, Apple Music, Pandora, and you can also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can go to @AllieBlake1. I also have my website, allieblake.org, where you can subscribe to my mailing list so you can receive updates about new music, merchandise, shows, and touring. That's still definitely the plan for when things start to open again. And yeah, I think that's about it.
That is.
Facebook. You can go to Facebook as well.
Oh, that's very important too, and very amazing. And we have a few minutes here with singer-songwriter Ali Blake from Chicago, now in Los Angeles, here on the Mike Wagner Show with her album Blood. And who do you consider your biggest influence in your career?
What would I consider my biggest influence in my career is?
Correct.
Or who?
Who do you consider? Okay, let me rephrase that. Who do you consider your biggest influence in your career?
Who? Etta James is definitely a huge influence.
Mm-hmm.
I love the way she sings. I mean, I think of when I hear music, I would definitely say that I'd first listen to the voice because I'm a singer, and so that's just what I naturally gravitate towards.
Mm-hmm.
And then I hear the lyrics, but she's definitely a huge influence vocally. And then I don't know, I don't have any one influence. Like, it changes too. Right now I'm in love with this artist named Michael Kiwanuka, and I love both his voice and the production and his lyrics. Like, I really, really connect with it. There's him, and there's Daniel Caesar, who I also love a lot. Yeah, it really ranges. Like, there's definitely not one thing, one person.
Mm-hmm. and very powerful indeed, too. That is amazing. What's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Anybody at this point in terms of music or just in general?
It can be anything. Music, general,
anything.
life, or whatever. So
I would say to never always know that you matter, that your truth and your voice matters. And when you're speaking your truth and when you're being yourself, you're actually, without even realizing it, giving someone else permission to do the same. So even though you may think that what you do is small or doesn't matter, it actually amplifies other people and empowers other people to do the same. And the more that we can all connect to each other, the more love we'll create in the world and the more change. And that's exactly what we need right now.
Mm-hmm. And that's very important as well, too. Once again, singer-songwriter Ali Blake here on the Mike Wagner Show. A big thank you for your time. You've been fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. And before we go here, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or listen to your music?
Say it one more time.
Okay. What are your upcoming projects? What can we expect from you?
Upcoming projects?
Yeah. In other words, what can we expect from you from 2020 and beyond?
Well, I do plan on going on a tour in the fall to perform my album. I'm getting records made. They're in the process. They should be shipped to me pretty soon, which I'm very excited about to have my own vinyls. So you can definitely look that up on my website so you can purchase that, and I'll be posting on Instagram too. And I'm gonna start working on some new songs production wise very soon because I'm gonna be having a home studio. So yeah, there's a lot more music to come.
Very nice indeed. And once again, what's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or listen to your music?
So if you go to allieblake.org, you can find all the information there that you need. And if you subscribe to my mailing list, that's a great way to stay up to date about news, about new music, about shows, merchandise. And I'm also going to be adding some information about the different causes that I care about that you can plug into if you'd like. You can also check out my music video for Witness there, which at the end features an amazing organization called Every Last One, which frees children from the detention centers. And you can also check out my Instagram at AllieBlake1, as well as Spotify. You can hear all my music there.
That is fantastic. Once again, Allie, a big thank you for your time. You've been fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you to have back on 2020 and beyond. You've been great.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, Custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.